Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel, and today you join me in Mlada, Boleslav, the home of Skoda Auto in the Czech Republic. Today we're marking milestones. 2 milestones to mark. First of all, the 30th anniversary of this place, which is the Skoda Auto Museum, housed in the old original Skoda factory. And the second milestone is 130 years of Skoda Auto making cars. Did you know they're one of the oldest car brands in the world? Well, they are. So let's step inside. There's some fantastic old exhibits here going right back to the very start when Lauren and Clement began making bicycles, would you believe? So I'm going to go on a tour inside and take you with me. Okay, so Štěpánka is my guide today, and we're going to have a look around the Skoda Museum in Mlada, Boleslav, and we will look at the 130th anniversary exhibition. So, tell me about it then.
So, if you want to know something about our museum, so I have to say that I love this building very much. I have been working here for more than 11 years, and I'm glad that I can show you what do we have here in the museum. Our company belongs to one of the oldest car factories of the world. Not everybody knows it. Yeah. And we are very proud of our founders, Mr. Lauren and Clement. They started in 1895, and you can see here, because there is an interesting exhibition about all these people and what did they started to produce, what did they offer. And we have to say that they also tried to find the inspiration abroad. And they combined all these things, all these dreams together, because Mr. Václav Lauren, he was a machine fitter.
Okay.
And Mr. Václav Clement, originally he was bookseller. So it's a little bit funny. Yeah, so bookseller and machine feeder. And maybe you don't know where did they meet for the first time. It was pub. No cafe, no train station, but pub.
Very
but
Czech.
I guess they didn't drink so many beers. They talked about their dreams, and they connected their dreams together. They started together with 5-7 people, and the very first product was a bicycle. So bicycle called Slavia. Okay. Slavia is a goddess of Slovens, and I have to say that not everybody knows it.
No, I didn't.
But Slavia was a symbol for the product, and they offered different types of bicycles. Not everybody could use it because it was expensive product. Typical worker earned about 80 crowns per 1 month, and the bicycle like that could be about 200 crowns, like free wages. So not everybody was able to start it, but after a very short time, after first business trip to Paris, Mr. Clement brought a motorized bicycle of Werner Brothers and simply explained how did it look like. It was a bicycle with a front engine, front wheel drive, and spark ignition was close to the hands of the driver. Okay. So as we know, Mr. Lauren was asked to test the bicycle, motorized, and the problem was that he fell down and he kicked his 2 teeth. I don't know which ones, You can see that he's smiling with his eyes. So after a very short time, he was able to develop the motorized bicycle, and they changed position of the engine, so between 2 knees of the driver. On the right side there is the brake, on the left side the handle controlling the speed, the quantity of air running to the engine. Okay. So, as we know, it's very, very important that they decided to participate also in racing. One of the first race of the history was from Paris to Berlin in 1901. So next year it will be 125 years of motorsport history as well. Wow. And imagine the distance between Paris and Berlin. No roads, on the similar motorbike. This one is in bigger part of the museum, in the evolution. And it wasn't so modern like this.
Okay.
This one is 1 year newer.
Oh, okay.
And imagine that the top speed was 30, 35.
Wow.
And the driver had to lubricate manually the engine. There is,
oh yes.
there is oil pump.
Yes.
Yeah. And the driver had to lose it manually. So it was very, very, very interesting.
Yes.
And there is a leather belt. Yeah.
Crazy.
It's a real drive.
Uh-huh.
And usually, perfect racer had to have a special bag with the tool. Yeah.
Okay.
As we know, a worker of the company became a racer over one night.
Uh-huh.
And because he was skilled man and he couldn't fall asleep before the race, he asked some lady making dresses, and she prepared for him a special fabric filling to the inner part of the wheel between the tube and the tire.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. So today it's very different,
Yeah.
different kind of racing, but it was the prehistory,
Wow.
the prehistory of racing. And next to this motorcycle, you can see a car, and it's a top quality of one. So they built a few cars like this. It's a sport version. This one was produced in 1908. But I can show you also one of first cars called Voiturette. So we can go
Okay.
there. And you can see here, once again, a motorized bicycle. This one was produced in 1902. And as I told you, the very first race was in 1901. So here you can see the brake. Yeah. This is oil tank, fuel tank, and lubrication pump. So the driver had to pedal as quick as possible. And after starting the engine, he moved pedals backwards. So the pedal mechanism switched off.
Okay.
Yeah. So I can't imagine to use it for 3 days long racing, for example.
From Paris to Berlin.
I haven't finished the story about the very first race yet, because it was very sad and very happy. The problem was that our racer, Mr. Narcis Podsedníček, Narcis in our language sounds like a beautiful yellow spring flower. I don't tell you in English, but I should know it.
Okay.
So, Mr. Narcis Podsedníček finished the race as the first one on 2 wheels.
Okay.
Yeah? But the problem was that he finished the race at 3 a.m. and everybody slept, and also timekeepers as well. So he went to the hotel to sleep, and he met on the local policeman, and it was problem. So as we know, he was disqualified in the morning to be very fast. So
Oh, what a shame.
yeah, but after time, Lauren and Clement company became very, very famous with faster motorcyclet like this or similar like this one. They won, for example, the race from Paris. It was in Dourdan in 1905 with the lead of 8 minutes. Today, is it possible to win with the lead of 8 minutes?
No.
I guess no. So this is a sport version type CCD, fitted with 2-cylinder engine, with electromagnetic ignition made by Mr. Bosch, but our founders were able to produce also smaller, lighter one, not so expensive, but so they used both of them. The speed of this one was up to 75 kilometers per hour, but racing ones were up to they made up to 100 kilometers.
Wow.
So it was very, very dangerous, I guess, because
Yeah.
no roads like today.
No.
Only dust, stones, mud, so it was very, very hard. And between 1905 and 12, Lauren and Clement company, together with other companies from Prague, they built tricycles for bakers, butchers, for postal offices, and as we know, they were exported to Mexico.
Mexico.
Mexican postal offices use tricycles like this, or they can use it like a taxi, taxi tricycle. I guess the driver had to be taller than passenger sitting in front of him. And the passengers became navigators. They took the dust from the road or while traveling and sitting, looking around. They had no safety belts and no helmets. So imagine how sometimes happened.
And the rough
Yeah,
roads.
yeah. They tested also, yeah, the dust from the road.
Wow.
Yeah. So it was also interesting, and these tricycles, together with modern motorbikes, were already fitted with air cooled, with water cooled engines.
Ah, okay.
Yeah, newer water cooled engines. And here, this is one of 44 motorettes. It's a French. I don't speak French. Sorry.
No.
So it was a small car with wooden wheels. Yeah, they were produced until 1929. Yeah, yeah, and there is a crank, the way how to start the car, the engine, the supercharger. But I suppose it wasn't for women. It was for strong men. Carbide lamps. Yeah, used on motorbikes, on cars as well. And if you have never seen it, here was a water and chemical carbide was inside. So water dropped onto the chemical and flammable gas arise, so the driver had to light it.
Wow.
So imagine to drive this car today. I guess I guess it is not a car for big shopping.
No.
If you want to make some big shopping, so you have to choose a little bit different car.
Right.
So the car like this belonged to expensive cars, but as we know, competitors offered higher prices, and this car also became bestseller. May I have a question?
Yes.
Yes. Can you show me where is the gas? Can you find the gas?
The tank.
Accelerator.
Oh, the accelerator.
Yeah. There it is.
So it's not there, is it? It's not
No. There is a clutch and brake. And here.
Oh. On there.
To the right, speed up. To the left, slow down. Yeah. In case you decide to drive car like this, you have to have some some training.
Do you know it's not different by Enyaq. It has
No.
paddles.
Yeah,
So
Enyaq
it's
is very different.
It's maybe not such a new idea using your hands on the
And
wheel.
This is horn and gear stick and handbrake.
Wow.
So it's the prehistory of car production. And after a very short time, Laurin and Clement Company and other similar car makers offered very different variants of cars. They offered also cars with fabric roof and so on. In 1905, it was the time when Laurin and Clement Company started with car production. And only 2 years after, they also introduced and built first 8-cylinder engine.
8-cylinder.
So
wow.
Inside there is 2-cylinder engine delivering 7 horsepower. Top speed was 40 kilometers per hour.
Wow.
Yeah, and
it's a city car then.
City car. Yeah. And behind this column there is a car called Landaulet SG, built in 1913. It was the time when Mr. Ford started line production.
Yes.
He started car production, I guess it was about 2 years sooner than our founders. And in 1913, the car looked like this, but all components, everything, also the assembly was made by manufacturers, so it was a very slow process. This is a car marked with SG, no number, not numbers yet. And if you look inside, you can see fabric and leather. But leather is here in front, and the and fabric is for passengers. So leather was considered to be less comfortable. Yeah, it was
and
cheaper material.
Today it's the wrong way, other way around. Yeah.
And there is one different important detail, maybe not for you, but for us. Where is the steering wheel?
Yes.
Yes. Steering wheel is on our right-hand side.
It's on the correct side.
And do you know why?
I do.
You do.
Yeah.
So the change came after coming Hitler in March of 1939. Officially, it was during one night. Yeah, but for example, people living and driving cars in Prague, in our capital, they needed about 14 days more because there was much more bigger traffic, and so it was very different and longer and difficult. So, yeah, a lot of cars have the steering wheel on the right side, and there is the crown of the engine technology. It's a sleep valve engine, motor Skoda Night, and next to it is first big aircraft engine, with up to 12 cylinders, delivering more than 450 horsepower.
Wow.
Yeah.
Amazing.
Next to this car, with the steering wheel on the right side, we have much more modern vehicle. It's a Skoda 110, but originally it was a product produced by Lauren and Clement company.
Okay.
Now you know why. I try to explain you why and when happened the change of the name, because Lauren and Clement built the car 110, but after the end of First World War, after big fire of this production shop, we are not only in a museum, but originally it was production shop. After big fire, our founders decided to find a stronger financial partner. Yeah. It wasn't trend only of our companies here, but in the whole country. If you want to go on, if you want to develop the plant, you need money. You need money and also maybe some new members of the team.
Yeah.
So thanks to the cooperation with Skoda Engineering Works in Pilsen, I guess everybody has ever heard about our perfect tasty beer, Pilsner Urquell.
Yes.
So thanks to the cooperation and thanks to discussions, the name of the company changed. And also cars produced during Lauren and Clement history had to use both names. So it was condition of Mr. Clement to use the name of Lauren and Clement till the end of production of some models, like 110. This car was produced in 1929. It was important year, so 4 years after the merger with Skoda Engineering Works, they started line production. So you can see 16 years after Mr. Ford. And I suppose it was a very important success to produce about 20 cars per one shift. 20 cars, up to 85 cars per one day in 1930. But Great Depression stopped a lot of processes, development, and very important year came in 1934. It was the time when Skoda was able to introduce a small, affordable car called Popular. It wasn't the only model of the offer, because the company decided to use 4 different ones. Popular, the cheapest one, cost about 20,000 or 18,000 crowns, the smallest one. And between the boat flag and the Popular, Skoda offered Rapid. Rapid is, for example, the silver one.
Oh, it's nice.
They produced about 7,000 Rapids. And they produced also cars with the name Favorite, like favorite, but less than 300, as I heard. They were built like a taxi cars or cars for some politicians and so on. But if you want to see also the boat flag, it's not so far from us, and it is here. Superb.
Okay.
I am fan of Superbs today as well. I drove a lot of Skoda models, but not this one, not yet.
No.
Not yet, but it's why not to have
one
dreams.
Day?
Yeah, one day. This is, we can say, a cherry on the cake, because imagine that there is the biggest engine of all engines in Superb, of the history because 8-cylinder engine, 4-liter engine, and the top speed of the car was up to 135. The consumption of the car was up to 24 liters, and the company, ŠKODA company, built only 10 Superbs for Yugoslavia, and 2 prototypes remained here.
Wow.
Yeah. ŠKODA company produced also more Superbs with 3-liter 6-cylinder engines, and also with 2-liter, and as we know, they were built as military cars, as ambulances, also as limousines. Yeah, and it has been connected to Kvasiny plant. It's one of subsidiary plants in our country. So this is one of the biggest car, and we love it. Yeah, it looks like black, but it's a dark brown.
Dark brown or red.
It looks like hot chocolate or coffee. Yeah, and what I suppose that the driver had to be very thin and strong, because if you look at the steering wheel and the car seat, there is not so much big space. The dancing hall is behind the driver, but here you see that it's not like today that you can adjust position of the steering wheel
as well.
Yeah. This Superb was produced in 1940.
1940.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah.
And the wheel is still on the right in 1940.
but it was possible that they produced both versions.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Like today.
Yeah, like today. Maybe they planned to use it in England. We don't know, but yeah. So the stories are different. So next to you, there is our very popular model as well, Octavia. Octavia was produced between 1959 and 64, if we are talking about this small version. But Combi with 3 doors, Octavia Combi, was produced in Kvasiny, like Superb, between 1961 and 71. If we want to tell you something about Octavia, Octavia is the last car with standard design, front engine, rear-wheel drive. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
New type of suspension, because its predecessor was called Spartak, but at this moment Spartak is missing in our exhibition. Not everybody knows why Octavia was named like this. What does it mean, Octavia?
8 something?
Yes, 8. You are close, because octo in Latin is 8, and Octavia as a model came as the 8th one after Second World War.
Ah, okay.
Yeah, and because Octavia has been very popular, small family car, the company or managers decided to use the same name for the model, which came 5 years after connection with concern Volkswagen in 1996.
Okay.
And we can say that Octavia as a model is the most popular model of all. We drove it also as well, so it was comfortable car, perfect one. Yeah. So
I think I've had 6.
Okay.
So I know Octavias.
Yeah. But if you want to find any safety belts,
Nothing.
If you want to find the car where the safety belts were fitted for the first time, we have to make few steps forward.
Okay.
What about this one? Have you ever seen it?
Yes.
Yes. Sometimes people are asking, what is it? I have never seen it. So this is Skoda 1000 MB. This car was something like a successor of Octavia in our plant, and there are so many differences. It is the car with frameless car body, and it is also the first one with rear engine rear-wheel drive. Yeah? There is very small space for some things, for small luggage, but I promised to show you where are the safety belts. So it was the first car, especially for export. Yeah. So local customers, local drivers had to buy safety belts extra.
Oh,
so something special. Yeah. What not everybody is able to discover is the position of the steering wheel, of the cover of the fuel tank. So here, if you want to fill the fuel tank, you have to touch it and you have to open it.
Wow.
So there is the trunk and the fuel tank is in front. It's a little bit different.
Yeah.
This car was produced for 5 years, and then Škoda came with the facelift, Škoda 100. Yeah? They produced also Škoda 100 R Coupe, very popular, in Kvasiny as well. Yeah? And as we know, they were exported. Yeah? So a lot of people living in communist Czechoslovakia wanted to drive a car, but they had to wait for a very long time. They waited in front of Mototechna shops for a few days. Yeah, so they had to be very patient, and they waited for example, during the weekend. They had to ask. They wanted to drive a car, but the problem was that they waited for months or years. It depended if they had some good friends, connections, and so on. It depended, and sometimes it was for years. As we know, for example, in Eastern Germany, they waited for Trabant for 10 or 15 years. Yeah, it was horrible, and the car wasn't made of steel.
No.
It was Duroplast.
Yeah.
So here the situation wasn't so bad, but sometimes the people had to be very, very patient. And if we want to, for example, mention models produced between Favorit and Škoda 1000 MB, I can't forget, for example, Škoda 105, 120.
My first car.
Also cars with rear engine.
Yeah.
So as we know, Škoda altogether produced more than 3 million cars with rear engine rear-wheel drive. And during 1980s, when our communist government felt that the popularity is going down, and they also needed foreign currency, they asked to prepare something new, something special. So during early 80s, the team tried to develop a car thanks to Petr Hrdlička, man who celebrated 90 years last September.
Okay.
So you can see here that Škoda introduced a car with Italian design. If you know design of 90s or 80s, you can recognize some typical Italian design like Nuccio Bertone cooperated with Mr. Hrdlička, and it was our first car with front engine, front-wheel drive, and not only hatchback was on the market, but also pickup and combi called Forman. So people waited in long queues again, and in spite of the fact that Favorit was introduced in September of 1987, when Škoda produced first 171 Favorites, officially people could order it from February of 1989. Yeah. It was important time, important year, because November and 1989 when we were students, so it was Velvet Revolution, and everything changed. So thanks to new model, thanks to discussions of politicians of both countries, maybe you know the result that Škoda became part of concern in 1991. Yeah, so then they worked and they prepared the model called Felicia. It was successor of Favorit. Yeah.
I had two favorites, one Felicia.
Yeah. we had Favorit as well, so it was a member of the family.
Yes.
Finally, it was a car to the forest. Yeah, but yeah. So I'm glad that I had the possibility to sit in Škoda 1000 MB in Favorit in first Octavia of 1997, and Fabia, Rapid Spaceback. So I am a member of the family with a lot of different models. Yeah. So, and I have a question. Can you tell me something about this car you love?
Can I tell you about this?
Yeah.
Oh, I can tell you about this.
Tell me something about it.
So Štěpánka explained she's not a fan of electric cars yet. She's not a convert, but I did my best to persuade her that the Enyaq and Elrock are brilliant cars.
So there we are. That's probably the longest video by quite some margin on this channel, but hopefully you enjoyed it. Hopefully you think it was worthwhile. And many thanks to Stephanie for taking the time to show me around. And there was way more than she showed me. That was the brief tour. I spent another hour or so looking around after she'd finished giving me that quick tour. And if you're ever in the Czech Republic, this is very worthwhile visiting. Thanks again to Stephanie and also to David at ŠKODA X for setting this up. Much appreciated.